Isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol, a chemical product of dire need in the world today. Isopropyl alcohol. What it is? Isopropyl alcohol, commonly known as rubbing alcohol. IUPAC name propane to isopropanol to propanol. Is a colorless flammable chemical compound, has a strong odor. As an isopropyl group linked to a hydroxyl group, it's the simplest example of a secondary alcohol where the alcohol carbon atom is attached to two other carbon atoms. The reactions involved to produce isopropyl alcohol primarily produced by combining water and propane in hydration reaction or by hydrogenating acetone. Hydration reaction is a chemical reaction in which a substance combines with water. There are two routes for the hydration process, and both process requires that the isopropyl alcohol be separated from water and other byproducts by distillation. Isopropyl alcohol and water from an azeotrope and simple distillation gives a material that is 87.9% by mass isopropyl alcohol and 12.1% by water. An azeotrope is a mixture of two or more liquids whose proportion cannot be altered or changed by simple distillation. Direct hydration. Direct hydration reacts propane and water either in gas or liquid phase at high pressure in the presence of solid or supported acidic catalyst. Direct hydration is more commonly used in Europe. Indirect hydration. Indirect hydration reacts propane with sulfuric acid to form a mixture of sulfate ester. This process can use low quality propane and predominant in the USA. This process gives primarily isopropyl alcohol. Subsequent hydrolysis of this ester by steam produces isopropyl alcohol by distillation. Hydrogenating of acetone. Isopropyl alcohol may be prepared via the hydrogenating of acetone. However, this approach involves an extra step compared to the previous methods, as acetone is itself normally prepared from propane via the Cumming process. The Cumming process is an industrial process for synthesizing phenol and acetone from benzene and propylene. This process may remain economical in producing isopropyl alcohol depending on the value of the product.
Now, isopropyl alcohol has many uses and is primarily used as antiseptic, disinfectant, and sanitizer. If you look at any bottle of sanitizer, you can see that isopropyl alcohol is its main component, and there's also written the percentage of isopropyl alcohol concentration used. It's also used to sterilize surgical instruments, and so this makes it a very ideal product to be used, especially in a hospital setting. Now you are at lower risk of dying from fungal infections due to the existence of isopropyl alcohol, so we should actually be very grateful for it. Remember, isopropyl alcohol was commercially produced in 1920, and before that, people died from fungal infections from instruments that weren't properly cleaned. So I'm sure the medical community finds isopropyl alcohol to be immensely helpful. As than these popular uses of isopropyl alcohol, it's also used in aftershave lotions, hand lotions, and used as an inexpensive solvent for cosmetics, and used in acrylic emulsions and resins to create various textures. Since isopropyl alcohol is a major ingredient in sanitizers, which is a vital and relevant product in the times these days, here's a quick tutorial of how you can make hand sanitizer.
Isopropyl alcohol 2/3 cups, aloe vera gel 1/3 cups. Now mix it together into a spray bottle. Direction for use. Dispense a small amount onto your palm, rub it all part of your hand, let it dry.
Okay, since it's such a helpful product, how can we mass produce it to reap its benefits thoroughly? Well, as mentioned previously about the three reactions involved in making isopropyl alcohol, the most popular method of producing isopropyl alcohol is through indirect hydration of propylene. So this is the reaction that's popularly used at the manufacturing stage to produce this product. However, There are some demerits of this method, such as high energy costs, corrosive condition, and pollution problems. And this has led to the development of a more efficient technique. And this efficient technique is called catalytic hydrogenation of acetone. Now, the catalytic hydrogenation of acetone has a few merits, such as having higher yield rates and producing high purity grades of isopropyl alcohol, thereby generating opportunities for new applications of isopropyl alcohol. What is the economical value of isopropyl alcohol exactly? Well, the global isopropyl alcohol market size is expected to grow by 521.75 thousand tons during the 4-year period between 2020 and 2024. Reports have also suggested that the COVID-19 pandemic has created new opportunities and impacted the isopropyl alcohol market. Not only that, the global isopropyl alcohol market has been witnessing expansions in production capacities over the past few years. And why? Well, there is growing demand for isopropyl alcohol-based consumer products, such as pharmaceuticals, household cleaning products, and this has caused producers to expand their production capacities to meet these growing demands. Essentially, the wide range of uses of isopropyl alcohol have contributed to its growth in the market. Since isopropyl alcohol have many uses, they become important in the manufacturing of various products. And a lot of these products are used by day-to-day consumers. In almost every household, there is at least one product. In every household, there is at least one product with isopropyl alcohol as its component, or at least involved in the manufacturing of the product. Thriving cosmetics and personal care industry, rapid economic growth, and elevating income levels have resulted into a heightened demand for isopropyl alcohol-based products. Consumption increases and thus leads to positive growth in the market for isopropyl alcohol. And this is the pie chart for the global isopropyl alcohol market demand share by end use of 2019. And pharmaceutical makes up the largest component of its use, followed by cosmetics and personal care, chemical, paints and coatings, food beverages, and others. And this is another pie chart about the world consumption of isopropyl alcohol by major region. And this is the projected graph for US isopropyl alcohol market demand by application between the years of 2016 and 2027. And as you can see, the graph is steadily rising. Now what is this title here? 2020 to 2021, the golden age for isopropyl alcohol. Well, the global consumption of isopropyl alcohol in 2020 was predicted to be 2.1 million metric tons, an increase of 12% over 2019 levels, all because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Why? Because there's an increased demand for sanitizing applications. Sanitizer had become a very vital component for the world today. In conclusion, it's safe to say that isopropyl alcohol will not be replaced in the near future due to its properties which make it very practical and very convenient for use. Thank you.